Previously on board.
Let's make our first call from our new studios in this show, and that is very appropriately a call to Toulon in France and Bryan Habana. Bryan, how's it going?
Darren, how are you doing? Nice to know that I'm getting to be able to talk into new offices. Congratulations.
Fantastic. We've got brand new studios overlooking the Baclou interchange here. Yeah, traffic's running smoothly, in case you're wondering.
If you sort out a flight, I might be able to come do an in-studio interview next year sometime.
Fantastic. We'll take it as done. We'll get you out here, definitely.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, all good, thanks. Now listen, we in our new premises, by the way, behind us on our wall, we have a whole lot of jerseys here. See, we've got a Lions jersey, we've got an Arsenal jersey, we've got an old Course St Andrews Lynx flag, another Arsenal jersey. You can see who did the decorating here, right? A Louisville college football sweater. We've got Netherlands football stuff, Australian cricket jersey, all kinds of stuff. I think a Toulon jersey would look nice here as well.
Yes, Darren, it probably would. To be honest, I don't have one at the moment, so I might need to get guys like Bucky's or Michael who've been here for a while.
Okay.
Even though I've made my debut, but I'm sure we can sort something out in a year or so time once I'm sort of really settled in over here.
You don't have one, but you made your debut. So what? You have to give your jersey back after the game.
This thing that everyone thinks you get a jersey after the game is definitely not the story. You give things back and they get washed, and you probably wear the same jersey for about most of the season before, and then you're hoping you get to a semi-final and final, so they make new jerseys so you can take one back home.
Really?
Yeah, no, you don't have. Well, I'm not too sure about soccer players, but rugby players. I know with the Box we get a jersey after every game, but club rugby, Western Province, Stormers, Bulls, you only get your jerseys towards the end of the season.
So I had no idea that happened. I thought you guys would get new jerseys every game you play.
No, I think the coaches sometimes decide not to watch the jerseys if the game hasn't gone too well.
Awesome. All right, well, I learned something new today. I just thought in this professional area you get that jersey every day, and then you can swap it, frame it, whatever. It depends on, obviously if you have a milestone in a game or something, then you get to keep it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the big games like your 50th, and guys that have played 50 games, so you get those jerseys. But the ones that we use every weekend get used pretty much for the whole season. So unfortunately, not at local level. At national level, when you're playing for the Box, you get a jersey every game.
Yeah, that one obviously. Yeah. And anything special for your Springbok try-scoring feats? Any particular thing that the guys do for you or did for you?
Yeah, they do find me quite a bit in the Kentucky now, because every time I score a try, it sets a new record. So I'm actually not so sure whether I want to carry on doing that. But it's pretty special. I think being able to get records and score tries and contribute to the South African rugby has always been great. So no, nothing special. Adidas has done a couple of things for me, and one of my two sponsors like Cadbury. But other than that, it's carrying on and doing everything you do well on the field. Business
as usual, as they say.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and how are you settled in there now? Because, it's been a kind of disruptor, really. You've been sort of traveling back and forth and everything, so a little bit of time to settle in now.
Yeah, Darren, it's been really disruptive. I was here spread off with Super Rugby for about 3.5 weeks, and came back for that week in between Argentina and the Australasian Four Nations trip. But yeah, being able to settle in nice now. Not ideal to come over here with a hamstring injury that keeps me out for about the next 3 weeks. But on the positive side, it gives me some good time to settle in. Moved into my house this week as well. So waiting for our container to arrive in a week's time, and then trying to get myself ready, rehabilitating myself for 2-3 weeks time, and hopefully get one game in, and hoping that a Springbok call-up could be possible.
And how's the welcome been for you over there? I know obviously you've been there, but as the so many South Africans over there as well. The guys are getting used to South Africans playing rugby there, but not every day Bryan Habana arrives in town. How's that been for you?
I think the first week was pretty interesting. Something I'd never really experienced with cameras, and it felt a bit like the Hollywood strip down here with cameras following you around and everything. But I think from a team setup, Darren, it's been phenomenal. The guys are here from a work ethic point of view, from the way they set themselves up for training, and the work ethic they have within the squad is fantastic. Bernard Laporte as a coach, can't speak much English, so I haven't really got into too many conversations with him, but he definitely helps. And having guys like Johnny Wilkinson, who's fluent in French and English, and Matt Gitta, who's doing really well. And then the South Africans, Buckies and Donnie, fellow Afrikaans across the changing rooms, on a daily basis. So, it definitely helps. The environment, the stadium and the supporters are absolutely magnificent. I got to experience my first Heineken Cup game live last night, and the guys really, it's a fantastic place to play rugby. The supporters come out in their droves, 16,000, each and every Saturday. It makes for a great experience. So it's been really good. The team's been welcoming, and nice. We've got to get out of the park and pay my dues for what is a great club at the moment.
Well, a new experience for you as well. Are you going to be learning a bit of the French? I mean, is someone going to teach you, or are you just going to sort of pick it up as you go along?
Un petit peu parle-vous français, monsieur.
Wow.
Oui.
Petit, eh?
Un petit peu, oui, un petit. So, I mean, I think it's great being in an environment, but the club does offer us French classes that we try to go to at least once or twice a week. So, yeah, it's been good, to be honest. Guys like Mikey Claassen and myself, Rudy Wolf, some of the guys that are learning, pick it up. It's a lot more difficult than someone like Martin Giovanni, for instance, between the Italian and the Spanish is becoming pretty good. So, I think within the environment you're trying, you want to immerse yourself in what is a culture, and you want to sort of show a bit of respect. So, you try to learn the basics, but, I'm hoping to learn a bit more of the basics over the next 3 years, Darren.
And Bryan, huge disappointment for you scoring those 2 tries against the All Blacks and giving us so much entertainment there, Bryan. Certainly a moment for you to remember for years to come. What a great performance, albeit all short for you and brief. Yeah,
John. It's never nice being able to get injured in the game and have to come off. And I think with the start we had, I would have loved to stay on the field for the full 80. I think a fantastic game of rugby. We're very disappointed to have gone on and lost that game. A lot of expectation and a lot of self-belief within the team that we could go on and achieve something special. All credit to the All Blacks. I think they only had 5 or 6 chances and they converted all of those. So I think it was a great environment. I think probably one of the best occasions where I've heard the national anthem being sung. From Nkosi Sikelele to South Africa right at the end. The aeroplanes flying over was unbelievable. And the game, I think itself, was probably one of the best spectacles for rugby internationally that's been seen for a very long time. So disappointing to have gone up after those 2 tries. And again, I think the boys did put our hands up, but let ourselves down in certain key areas, especially on defence. So credit to the All Blacks, worthy champions, and we got to go back to the drawing board and put a lot of hard yards in if we really want to be serious about becoming the best in the world.
Well, I mean, you say go back to the drawing board, but in effect, I think the way the Springboks have progressed this year, it might be just in 1 or 2 areas, because, I mean, certainly the positive feedback, even in defeat, was very encouraging, and just carry on this route. It's going to be a massive battle between those 2 sides, I think, at the pinnacle of world rugby.
I think it's fantastic. A lot of teams measure themselves against the All Blacks, just by the mere fact that they're the number 1 team in the world, not only this year, but over a very long time. So I think we're on a good process, and if we carry on building, carry on learning from experiences like last weekend, where we let ourselves down in key areas. The team has got huge potential. I think having guys like Sarita Freer back, really exciting. Being led unbelievably well by someone like John de Villiers, who's absolutely at this stage showing no sign of his age.
Absolutely none.
Yeah, I think he's playing some fantastic rugby, but over and above that, he's leading the side effectively well, both on and off the field. So, a great leadership, and we as players, to have to stand up and be counted. I think, a lot of youngsters, guys in their first season of international rugby, and hopefully we'll be able to learn as much from these experiences. And like you say, when the challenge comes up to play against the number 1 team in the world again, hopefully in 2 years' time, in a World Cup final, that we have learned well enough to go forward and progress to become better.
Yeah, and we be that number 1 side ourselves. Maybe everyone will be targeting us, which will be not the first time we've been there, but it'll be fantastic to get us back there again. Bryan, they say out of sight, out of mind, but of course we love catching up with our now expat rugby players wherever they might be. It's always good to catch up with you guys. Hopefully next time we'll be able to do it on Skype as well. So we'll stay in touch with you. You stay in touch with us. Send our best to all the boys over there.
Yeah, I'm actually having lunch with Michael Buckies and Craig Burden, who arrived yesterday.
Okay.
But sad that we couldn't go on Skype because I was definitely going to show their faces. But they send all their regards as well. And yeah, we'll definitely be keeping in touch over the next while.
Fantastic. We'll catch up on the Skype next time. Appreciate your time. Regards to all then. Good luck, Bryan. Thanks
Cheers,
a lot,
Brian.
bud.
Well do, Darren. Cheers, John.
Cheers,
Go on,
bye.
guys.
You too,
Ciao,
bye.
ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bryan Habana, our first guest in our new studio.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate, and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za